Hey guys, welcome to the Chat from the Back Premier League review show. Something new I'm going to try out this year with Jamie and Scotty. How are we, boys?
Hey.
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
It's like one thing we've all noticed in the recording, obviously, is the delay. Hopefully, it doesn't come through as much. Yeah, being live now on the tube, but
yeah, it's there. We're having internet issues, but welcome to lockdown New South Wales, baby. This is how we have to do shit.
Unfortunately, yeah. So
for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be for a while, I think, which starts.
Well, they said 10 weeks from next week or something like that, didn't they?
Oh, my God.
I haven't heard.
I'm just hoping I qualify for an exemption, but looking at the list, I don't think I will, which is just fucking crap. But, oh well. Yeah. We're not here to talk about COVID, but that's for our normal miserable lives. No. My miserable life.
Yeah. That's
we'll
for
cover that
the
for another episode.
Next edition of the podcast, or we'll do our general chat. Yeah. We'll probably do that next week or so.
Yep, a nice 20 to 30 minute chat about how shit lockdown is.
Jamie, be realistic. 3 to 4 hours.
We could.
That's thing for anyone that doesn't realise, when we do our podcast, we do set aside a time limit of, say, I think the one last week for our Premier League predictions, we said about 40 minutes.
Yep.
And then obviously an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think an hour and 21 minutes. So, but good quality content. Good quality.
Pretty much, isn't it?
Like, yeah. It's probably the best amateur podcast going around.
I've heard some good things about the Just Jamie B show, but could be up there.
Shout out the Jamie B show.
Better than Finding the Gap.
Absolutely. Fuck those guys.
But anyway.
Anyway, on to what we're about. So we're looking back at the first match day of the Premier League. Boys, how good is it to have the Prem back?
It's brilliant.
Finally. In a word, finally.
What a way to start it, too. What a first fucking game.
Well, I still can't get over the fact. I was talking to someone at work about it tonight. There wasn't even one draw.
Shit, no, there wasn't, eh?
Usually you get a couple of draws in the first. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because usually there are.
Mm.
Like there's like 90%
usually
of the games have
maybe
major
2 or 3 draws in the first.
No draws, yeah.
It was crazy.
Looking through the scores now, yeah, absolutely. All wins. Majority.
And I think about 5 of the games there was a 5-goal deficit, or it was close to it.
So there were 3 games with 5 or more goals.
Oh, I couldn't.
4 games where only one team scored. But if you bet the over 2.5 goals, you will win it pretty early in that United game, in the Chelsea game, in the Everton game, in the Villa game. You are on your money if you bet the over.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, going back to the teams that didn't score, I'm filthy at that. I was enjoying the fact during that United game, the only team not to score in the season was Arsenal. Like we were joking around last week of who's going to be the perennial top team. Like, if it goes like that this year, we could be invited to Arsenal in about time.
I said they're the modern day Nottingham Forest minus the European Cups because they haven't won any.
And considering I said Brentford will come 19th, they surprised me a little bit.
Should we get into the results?
But it'd be funny if they actually did the league and went all the way to League 2. Yeah, let's get in.
All right. Do you know the score, Benny, or do you want me to say the score because I have them all here?
Yeah, you can say it all because you got them all there.
All right, so the first game of the weekend saw Brentford, newcomers to the Premier League, taking on Arsenal at the new Brentford Stadium, the first time they were allowed fans in it. The score was Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. How good is that?
Like
that was awesome. But I've got to correct you on something.
Like,
it wasn't the first time. Yeah. It wasn't actually the first time they had fans in there.
Was it?
Really?
Playoff semi-final.
Oh, yeah, they were allowed fans.
Where they had fans in the playoff semi-final.
No, correct.
But, yeah, what a game. Like,
what a performance.
I don't think anyone... Like, as we said, there were no draws. If there was going to be a draw, I thought this game would probably be a 2-2 or 1-1. Like, I knew there was going to be goals in this game, but I thought it was definitely going to be a draw. This was one of the definite draws.
See, I figured this fixture would be like Leeds and Liverpool last season, like a massive thriller.
Yeah,
but not a shutout to Arsenal.
Mate, shout out Thomas Frank, man. What he's done with that Brentford team the last 3 years. They were so close in 2019 from making the Premier League. 2020. They lost in the playoff final to West Brom. No, Fulham. They got there again last year and actually finished the job, and they get into the Premier League and they just do the job straight away, knocking off the former great club in Arsenal. And weren't those Arsenal fan TV guys very happy about that one?
Well, the thing is, you also look at the feeling he has with the fans after the game.
Yeah.
Like, that is something that can build the success for a team in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and especially beating Arsenal, which are still known as the big four or big six now, but beating them, that's a massive thing.
I mean, Sheffield United beat them in
Wait, so does that mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because they're still classified as being as the big four.
You're telling me right now, you're telling me the Super League starts next week and Brentford's in the Super League because they beat Arsenal?
They have more reason to be there than Arsenal right now. So.
I
am never going to forget this.
Fair point.
Whenever these teams went in to go in there and they get beaten by a lesser team, I'm calling them out on it every single time.
Yep. And I mean, Arsenal and Tottenham were two of the ones that you were like, what the fuck do you think you deserve to be playing in Europe every year? You can't even make it normal way.
Well, Tottenham need to pay off the debt.
Yeah, that's
definitely true.
So do Barcelona.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing.
Right.
I think that's a perfect name for the stadium, the Death Star, because they're like the Stormtroopers. They do nothing but miss when they go for trophies.
You're not wrong. So
yeah, you're not wrong. You're very, very accurate.
Well, they are white. They are wearing all white kits with a bit of darkness on it. Like this.
They do have a defector. Well, he will soon be a defector.
Yeah.
I hope not, but
yeah.
So moving on to the next game.
I think that was a great way to start the season.
Yeah.
And fair enough. Good on him.
Oh hell yeah! The passion he showed after the game, the gaffer and the players. The guys you expect to score. Ivan Toney didn't get a goal, but I don't think it matters to them. It's just about getting the 3 points is vital, especially to start like that.
Say if Brentford beat Liverpool 2-0, I wouldn't even be sad I lost. Because good on you. You're proving that you deserve to be in that league.
Yeah, if there's a side out of the last 2-3 seasons in the Championship that deserve to be in the Prem, it is Brentford.
100%.
100%. Moving on to the next game. Benny's Manchester United at home at Old Trafford. First time they've had fans in there for over a year. What a game to bring them back. Leeds United, bitter rivals. Man United run-out winners 5-1. Absolute thrashing of a club that they just hate. Their fans hate each other. It's Man United, it's Leeds. They hate each other. So good to have it back in the Premier League. So good to have fans there. And Benny, your boys just killing it.
Oh, mate, what a game. Like, that first 30 minutes was a bit of toing and froing. It seems like Leeds scored and built. We were able to get a good deflection, a lucky deflection, Bruno's first goal, and then just went on from there. But did you guys see the footage of the Leeds United fans fighting before the game?
I did.
I didn't. I'm assuming there was a massive brawl.
Mate, even the cops were scared.
Yeah. It was old school.
Yeah.
They hate each other.
There were bins people used as weapons. And, yeah.
Yeah, so full on. Like Green Street hooligans.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah. And I think we can all agree Man United scored some really good goals, but Leeds' one sole goal that brought them back into the game straight after halftime was the highlight, and we got it for you right here.
Sits up nicely here for Ayling. Oh, did it sit up nicely? Leeds United in raptures. Away to the right. What a moment.
I mean, what a fucking strike.
That's a finish. That's a finish and a half.
I said it in our group chat during the game, and I'm saying it again. That is guaranteed top 5 goals of the season already.
Yeah, it's already up there.
Oh, 100%.
And he wasn't doing anything but shoot there. Like, as soon as he pushed the ball out in front of him, he's like, oh, I've got this. This is over.
Mate, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like, that much power into a goal, top right, left corner. That's a worldie right there.
Oh, yeah. And
I was talking to someone at work about it today, and for me, the thing that makes that such a brilliant goal is the late tail at the end.
Yeah, it just pulls away from
100%. Yeah.
Like, he has no chance of getting to that. He read it well, but the speed and, like you said, it just pulls away from him at the last minute and gets postage stamp. Like, you don't get better than that. You couldn't have placed it better.
Absolutely.
No way.
There's no chance like anyone on a Sunday league could do that, or even an NPL league.
We do have to acknowledge Bruno Fernandes' hat-trick on the first day of the season, and I think Mason Greenwood, not Alex Greenwood, always get them too confused. Don't know why. One's a man, one's a woman.
Yeah.
Mason Greenwood with just a beautifully neat finish off a Pogba assist that it's an assist that won't get beat this year.
Well, I think it's another thing I said in the group chat, which is even the commentators, I think, mentioned it. That was the French national team sort of Pogba that United have been clamoring for.
Yeah, I'd say that's what it was initially needed.
Absolutely. Anything else out of this game that interests you guys? More for me, it was confirming my take that they might win the Premier League this year. You know.
Yeah, well, I reckon they're in good contention. I reckon I see them if Man City screw up enough. I reckon they'll finish either top 2.
I mean,
the way they're going, but it's only the first round. So
we talked about in the previous show, dropping points on the first day is crucial to.
It's very crucial.
Yeah. They're already 3 points behind the other 3 contenders: Liverpool, Chelsea, and United. So, they've already put themselves on the back foot from day one.
Oh, that's very true.
When you look at United's next run of games, they're very solid wins, potentially.
Yep. Could easily start at least 4 wins out of 5. Potentially get 5. So, impressive. Moving on to the next game. 2 teams that, not traditionally known for playing entertaining games. For me and Scotty, this is actually good for us, Scotty. It's hard to believe as it is. Brighton to get relegated. This has moved their price up to $14. So jump on it now, people. Brighton are going down. Get on it now. But Burnley at home going down 2-1 to Brighton. They started strong. Gamble responsibly. They started strong, but Brighton just came home really, really good in that second half. Neil Maupay popping up again with a great goal. But Scotty, for us, it's positive. A win puts their price up. Jump on it now at $14.
100%, mate. But enough about that side of it. Let's get on to talking about it.
Yep. Not not a lot of great goals. Tarkovsky scored the first one off of a corner. Ben Mee could have scored straight after that with a similar corner. Brighton's goals were just well-worked passing plays and working the ball into the box from outside. So, classic Brighton. Didn't see enough for me to think that they'll stay up. I am a bit worried about Burnley, but I think it's just Chris Wood's a little tired. How'd you boys see it? If you saw it, because I understand if you didn't.
If you saw it, because I understand.
I've only seen the highlights because I fell asleep during the end of the Man U Leeds game. But from what I saw, Brighton's very threatening on the set piece sort of aspect of it.
Yeah.
And if they see an opportunity, they're going to take it. But Burnley's not the greatest side to say that, but it shows that given the set piece, Brighton will take their advantage on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch much of this game, boys. I was watching it through the goal rush system on Optus, so that was mainly the Chelsea game. So I didn't really catch much of this.
I mean, I can't blame you guys for not watching it. I'm just an idiot, so it was the game I had on while playing FIFA.
Well, I don't say you as an idiot. I say you as a football fan.
It's a bit of both.
Yeah. Take it as you want.
We'll move away from that game. The only positive coming out was Brighton's price going up. Moving on to Chelsea and Palace. Chelsea at home, looking to go one better than what they were last year. Look to actually cement that Champions League spot a bit earlier than they did. They go 3-0 up against Palace, hold out really well. Palace didn't really offer much. It sort of gives Benny justice for his prediction at the start of the season, but just a good Chelsea performance. Pulisic scoring a goal. Yeah.
This was, I assume, that it was an obvious choice that Chelsea was going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was against Palace. They've not been performing like last year and a half. It was going to be I assumed about 4-5-0, but
I mean, it could be. Chelsea don't generally
very easily could have been
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But as I said, this is the first round, so
when they won the league.
Yeah, well.
I mean, for me, it was just Benny chose Palace to go down. That's a lackluster performance against a good team, but they didn't really offer much. I know a Palace fan on a podcast I listened to, Kevin Day, was very disappointed and was surprised that the new investor into Crystal Palace, who specialized in holograms, said he's already installed some in the first team. So,
yeah. Mate, if they keep playing like that, that's probably all they're going to have as fans hate them is holograms.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't blame him. Moving on to the next game, Everton at home to Southampton. Started slow. They went down 1-0 to a beautiful Adam Armstrong goal. It was a highlight that I clipped, but I think there was another goal that was a little bit better. 3-1 in the end. They come back to make it 3-1. Goals to Richarlison, who's just followed on from his Olympic form. Doucouré, an absolute screamer, and Calvert-Lewin. So the usual suspects for Everton getting on the score sheet. Good win for them. Tough for Southampton in a year that I think they're going to struggle a bit.
Oh, Southampton will struggle, I believe.
I do still see them staying up, as I predicted, but it will be a long season.
Yeah, it might not be
Everton,
a battle.
Same as usual. They'll go to the table.
They're like a 16th, 15th place finish. They always have been, from what I've seen over the years.
Yeah, they've had good years where they've done well, but
most of the time they smashed it, but they've only just made it out of the relegation zone, though.
Yeah, a few times they've been in that battle.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Doucouré goal, but I have it here. We talk about Dan Ayling's goal being pigeon. This is just as good, and I kind of think he just swings his leg at it if you look at it here. Oh, that's the wrong one. clips the bar as it goes in. I do feel like he just swung his leg at it. He just, I don't know where I am, just bang. Oh, shit, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but the control on that first touch. Oh.
Yeah. If anyone doubted whether it was real fans in the stands, like you've seen at Sports Record, you can just see him run on to celebrate.
Oh, how good was it? I saw it in
again,
so
good
many
to
games
see.
in the Championship. Yeah, I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care.
And I think even some of the stewards and the club officials don't care. I think they're happy to see it as well.
Yeah, they're not going to hurt the players. You know, it's a passionate. You're celebrating a goal. You haven't seen one live for so long. Just, you know, as long as it's within reason, let it happen.
Yeah, just let them be them.
Well, it depends if you had one of the. Yeah, it depends if you had the score set for the toilet where you could take aim at the ball and try and put it in, but then you've seen a goal live. You got the shower going already.
Yep.
I think if you're trying to set a goal up that good in round one, I think you're trying a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next game, Leicester City, a team that we always don't really rate highly at the start of the year, kicking off the season with a 1-0 win over Wolves, a team we think will struggle a little bit this year. That man having a party. Jamie Vardy scores the only goal. Other than that, kind of a disappointing performance from Leicester. They didn't really offer much. Got a lucky goal and sort of ran away with it, but that's kind of how they roll. They get the point and then they take it away.
Yeah, it was a professional game, and that's all they did. They came out, played that professional game, got that goal, and then just defended and did what they had to going forward and got the result.
Yeah.
Like they played like Liverpool's end of season. They said, all right, one's enough. Let's just defend and they won't get enough.
Yeah.
Let's just defend and they won't get enough.
As much as that kills me.
Well, that's what Brendan Rodgers did with you guys at Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Exactly my point.
Like, he did that with you guys for years, and you're constantly up there.
Like any sort of team will go, yeah, we scored a goal. I'm done. That's not how this league works.
No.
But yet again, it also goes back to the old Sorrell policy of I don't care if I win 1-0 or 5-0. If I'm winning, I'm getting points on the board.
That's it. A win's a win. Yeah. Points is points.
No, I agree with that, 100%. But still, you should at least go for another one. And just to clarify, I didn't see that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of lucky.
No, I just saw the goal, and that was it. And even then, that was only in the highlights at the end.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of highlights.
Yeah.
It's almost like one of those nil-all games where you only see the closest chance. You saw the only chance.
Yeah.
You saw the only chance.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the next one. This was a surprise for me. I thought Villa would be pretty good this year. Watford at home, Vicarage Road, 3-2 over Villa. Great game. Watford up 3-0. Villa pull it back to 2-2. I really thought they were going to pull out a draw in the end, but this was one of the most entertaining games of the round. Sorry, not year.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that full time was called when it was, because from when the penalty got awarded to when it was taken, about 2 minutes, and it was pretty much 30 seconds after it was the kickoff started, it was done.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
Well,
so
all I know is in that game is I had to make a very entertaining phone call to my cousins down in Melbourne. So he's a Villa supporter.
Yeah.
Those people.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone else in Melbourne, go screw yourself. Just them. They're all right.
Hey, they have a good stadium. I like Villa Park.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next game, a team that Robbie Slater says will win the Premier League this year. I don't see it happening. They haven't built anything this year. They haven't got anyone in, but Liverpool 3, Norwich 0. Pretty tight in the first half. 1 goal lead at halftime for Liverpool, but they showed their class in the second half and ran away with it 3-0. And that man again, Mo Salah, Jesus, man, 5 years in a row he scored on the opening day. He is something special.
It's almost becoming a tradition now.
Yeah. Insert the Valtteri Bottas meme. Traditions.
But I just find Liverpool versus Norwich just on an opening day. I don't think it's a challenge for them.
Cliche.
But Norwich has been proven to cause a lot of upsets over the years.
They beat City on the second day of the season last time around in the Premier League.
Exactly. So I reckon they'll do a lot better. And I'd rather actually Norwich stay up and just kick like Palace or even West Ham out. It's a team I threw on my head, but still.
I was going to say West Ham finished like 5th last year, 6th last year, isn't it?
Jamie just...
That's an Arsenal-like drop.
No, Chelsea. We all agree, Chelsea.
We're still waiting for the party.
Hey, the relegation party.
I mentioned Mo Salah and his goal. Here
Could
it
be
is.
for Arsenal this year.
Fantastic touch and finish. Here it is. I hope I click on the right one.
Just beginning to look a bit weary. Simicast with the delivery. Straight as far as Salah! A moment of Premier League history for Mohamed Salah. He becomes the first ever player to score on 5 successive opening days. And Liverpool very quickly.
No, that touch. Like
It's impressive, isn't it?
Like he's got magic feet. Like I'm pretty sure
really does.
only. Hey, go on.
Even for the assist, it was a hard hit that they say he didn't control. I think he just cushioned it. He just pulled the speed off it for Jota because he saw the run come in. He just, like you said, magic feet.
Yeah, 100%. Like the Norwich game, I think it was either early last year against Watford, where he just beat 3 players, and just scored. Like you've got to have some sort of control and just magic. I'm calling it magic.
Yeah. And again, it's also that sixth sense. Like you played together. There were so many times I just like. I'm not saying that I'm on the same level, but you can see with me playing. Same with you, Jamie. You've seen it. Watch me play. It's just for some reason you just have that sense in the back of your head that you know someone's going to be there, and you know what you have to get done in that point.
Yep, you know what your teammate's going to do.
Well, Benny, I've played with you and I've watched you play, and you've got that sixth sense.
You just need the curly hair, Benny.
Wait, what was that nickname?
And be Egyptian.
What was that?
Yeah. What was the nickname you gave me in that game against Seagulls?
Oh, that was a long time ago. I can't remember. You remember? Come on.
Wasn't it? Yeah, the Fat Ronaldo.
That's right. I was going to say the Fat Pirlo, but no.
What was it? Because what was it? My first touch as soon as I came up was a back heel to set up a shot. Like,
yep, immediately runs into the middle, bang, back heel. Moving on from that game, Newcastle.
I got the ball straight.
Newcastle at home to West Ham started really good. A deal made from was it St. Maximin with his little step overs that kind of fooled Declan Rice for the first goal, but West Ham come back to make it 4-2. Controversial penalty decision, but it was a penalty. I'll take those decisions any day of the week. West Ham 4, Newcastle 2. Tough start for Newcastle. Steve Bruce, the pressure continuing the piling, but West Ham, man, slow start, but they're looking like the West Ham of last year without Jesse Lingardinho.
See,
I reckon they'll do well. West Ham wise, not
Newcastle.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, no.
But yeah, I definitely don't think it was a pen. Like you can see as he's going down, he knows he's got to get the shot away because someone's coming in to cover after it. I think that was just a natural footballing contact. I don't think it was a pen.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a better call than what we got from VAR last year. Like it's one of those, we talk about it on the CNR show. Like it's probably not a pen, but if it's given, you're not gonna argue too much with it. Like you can see why they've given the call.
And especially if you go for VAR,
so if that's given in the 90th,
they're going to say you're an idiot.
Yeah. But if that's given in the 90th minute of a Champions League final, World Cup, FA Cup final, whatever. Like, really? You're giving that as a pen to decide a final?
I mean, Yeah, I guess if we want to have VAR, this is just the crap we got to deal with.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. End of the day, I reckon VAR is more of a safety thing. But then again, it's always been proven like a stupid move, if I have to censor that. But yeah.
The offsides were a lot better.
But if it looks like a duck, yeah. But if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it is a duck.
Yep.
Like, that didn't look like a pen. It didn't feel like a pen. Like, it's not a pen.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a pen live. I'll give you that. Like when it happened, I'm just like, oh, it's incidental contact. They look more into it, there is contact, and that's what they're going to give. They're going to see contact, and that's how they're going to go. So I guess as long as they can,
no matter how you look at it, if there's even a slightest hint of contact, well then,
yeah, as long as they're consistent, I'll be happy.
Well, hopefully better than last year.
Well, we know that's not going to happen.
Absolutely not. Final game for the round. This was the big one. I was really keen for this one. Spurs 1, City 0. I think it was the most expensive team ever put out on a football field for City, costing just over $1 billion Australian dollars, £550 million. And Spurs, without Harry Kane, still get the win.
No, wasn't that on the bench?
No, it was the starting lineup. The bench was still a lot of money, almost as much as the Spurs' actual team. But Spurs 1, City 0. Tough start for City, as we talked about earlier, but a great start for Spurs, proving that they don't really need Harry Kane to do it, although City absolutely dominated this game, and I can't believe they didn't score at least one goddamn goal.
Weren't the Spurs fans actually chanting, "Are you watching Harry Kane?"
Yes, how good was that?
I think.
I should have clicked that.
This was the game that I expected a draw of.
Yeah, could have seen that for sure.
But then again,
I expected City to come out and win 3-0.
I mean, they should have scored 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. Like, I don't understand how they didn't score. Grealish looked good, but I enjoyed seeing he was pretty good. I got to say. Yeah. But they're really missing that. Maybe they are missing a Harry Kane up front to actually just put the ball in the back of the net. I really hope they don't sign him and they spend all that money on Erling Haaland next year. But they need something this year because they just don't have goals.
Well, realistically, it was only Son and Kane and maybe Dele Alli that was going for him. Tottenham wise.
And what's that bold guy? Is it Moura? Lucas Moura?
Oh yeah, Moura, yeah.
And he's not bad either. But you're right. Yeah. Other than that, there's not a lot.
You've only got 4 players, but they'll get there 100%. But
we talked about it before the show in the pre-show meeting. Benny wanted to put this goal up because it was a pretty good goal, but he understands that it hurt me. So here it is. Song Hyun-min's goal. It's not that one. That's a different goal. Is that one? It is that one. I already did at it. Good for me. I'm doing good things. Here it is. Mate. Song Hyun-min's goal.
Width from Son. Bergwijn through the middle now. Dele Alli arriving. Lucas Moura checking on the edge of the penalty area. Son had a go!
Oh.
Into the bottom corner.
The reverse angle. The City player completely throws Edison off. Watch this.
The step over.
It's a little gem that from Son Heung-min.
See, the step over completely fucks Edison. He thinks he's no, not the step over. Sorry, the step over was sexy, but the City defender trying to get down to it completely screws Edison. He thinks he's blocked it, and it's just in the net.
Like as soon as he went down on Monday, he had no idea what was going on.
Well, as I said, I think the thing that made that goal so special is the moment of the game, and that build-up play just made that goal something special.
And 100%. It was the only way they were going to score. Like, City was all over him. It was going to be a little bit of a counter and some bit of magic from Moura, Dele Alli, or Song Hyun-min. And like you said, Scotty, that step over to create space was just mesmerizing. It was magic. It did exactly what a step over is meant to do. Create at least a meter so you can get a shot off. It was beautiful.
He got the ball, had a step over. The guy was down the street already.
Yep. Yeah. Bad signs for Ake in his first start in the Premier League this year. Not looking good.
He learned. You learn.
that was it for the season. The first round of games, that was just the best. I'm so happy it's back. Can't wait for next weekend already. I have another goal to show you guys.
We'll see. First, I want to touch on that Sun goal because for me, I look at some of those goals where it's just the magical build-up. I think they're way better than those outside of the box screamers into the top corner. I much rather see those goals where they've been built up perfectly with the position passing to create that space to get the cut back to be able to. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I prefer those goals more than the outside of the box screamers.
I mean, it was a good build-up. I think it was all individual brilliance, but his positioning out wide, knowing who he was up against in RK, inexperienced for a Premier League defender in City's team, and just knowing that if I can fake this guy enough, he's gonna. You could see he was nervous when he's backtracking as Sun's coming at him. He's already nervous, and Sun knows I've got this guy. I just need a small amount of space, and he took his chance. What a beautiful strike!
I've said this for the last 8, maybe 9 years. I will happily celebrate a team play where the build-up is absolutely magnificent over than Ronaldo scoring from 45 yards. But then again, if you put
100%,
like Sun's goal, for example, build-up play, brilliant. Individual play, brilliant. Goal, hello.
Disappointed that Edison didn't at least try to dive. I know he's wrong-sided, but at least stick an arm out or something.
To be fair, my dad saved those kind of saves, and he's like 40. He's 53 for God's sake.
I have one last goal to show you guys. It's not from the Premier League. It's from the MLS. It hurts even more because it's against my Portland Timbers in a rivalry game against the Seattle Sounders. Those of you who watched it, you'll know the exact goal I'm talking about of all the great goals that were in that game. I guess for Scotty, this is your first time seeing it. Benny's already seen it, but this is better than anything I saw in the Premier League this weekend. Check it out.
Back ahead of the Galaxy into second in the West.
Scotty has dropped out. Doesn't even get to see it.
You didn't want to see it.
He just didn't want to see it. Here he's coming back now. Adam's back.
I missed that. I got cut out.
All right, I'll play it again for you.
Did you kick me?
No, I'll play it again for you. So this is it, Scotty. This is what I think is the best goal I've seen this in 2021, to be honest. Here it is. Yeah. Seattle Sounders against my Portland Timbers. This made it 5-2, by the way. We were just getting blown away.
Back ahead of the Galaxy into second in the West. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Incredible goal. Direct from the corner kick. Jimmy Madrona.
Yeah.
Goodness. This thing smacks the post. I mean, you cannot catch it sweeter than that. Madrona, off the bench, just takes it on the full ball.
Just saw him to Liverpool.
I mean, unbelievable.
Sorry about that. There's one thing I can say about that. He's been watching too much Jimmy Cahill highlights.
Yes, he really has. He really has. That was just it made it 5-2. We were playing, actually, to be honest, in that first half, we dominated.
The Americans copying the Australians. I think that's reversed somehow.
I'll take it for once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was. I saw that and I'm like, you know what? That's a really good goal. Yes, it's destroyed us in the derby, but that's a good goal.
Mate, if you have to get your heart broken for a goal like that, well, then you have to accept that.
Oh, it was already broken. We come back to make it 2-2 just after half time, and they scored like a minute later to make it 3-2. It was like, fuck, we're done.
Fair call.
Yeah, it was like my boys, LA, were already pretty much gone for the season. We're pushing it up a hill to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's made it a little harder for us to get there. So
Yeah,
Well,
but
if anything,
hopefully Galaxy.
for the last couple of months, I think. Yeah, I think Seattle's going to take it out again.
Yeah,
I've just got a feeling that they're too good again, and they're going to get it.
yeah. I reckon I'm on board with you, Benny. I reckon it's a Seattle win.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Please don't say that. I hate Seattle so much. I
don't want
hate
to
them so much.
even.
You think I want to say it?
It's just straight.
LAFC, mate.
Look at
LAFC.
the last 2 years.
That's just straight disrespect. Like they beat us 6-2 in our own ground, and they let us come back. They let us come back, and then just went, "Yeah, you're gone." But anyway, this is a Premier League review show. I just wanted to show that goal because I thought, hey, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going to put this up. To be honest,
even
Ben, I'll leave that to you.
Next week's podcast. Yeah, that's all good, man. Just get it through to us. I'll get it up when I can, and
Yeah, it's pretty good for a first timer.
I think. Yeah, we'll work it out a whole lot better, 100%. But
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I don't think this is something we can continue on with through the rest of the season, and hopefully
I see one day
we
in
can
the
actually
future
get together and film it together.
Yeah, I see one day in the future we'll be in a studio with a camera on each of us, and it'll be a good setup. It won't be a budget setup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can fork out $500.
I won't be live from Mum and Dad's basement.
Well, nothing wrong with that. We've all done a show there, although it is nice on the back porch. So,
and to be fair, we do need to clean out the garage, Benny.
Yep. When we get our lockdown.
Yeah, clear it out, make space for the bar.
100%.
Anyway, Benny, you want to sign us out? This is your show.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in and checking us out. I'll leave the links in the description down below where you can find our normal podcast, where you can find Jamie's podcast. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, flick that bell on, get notified whenever we upload. And as I always say, keep living a great life. Peace.